Good evening. The time is almost 2:30 Eastern time, and I'm just going to recap my trades for today. I wasn't going to trade too much because I've been a bit under the weather, feeling a lot better today. So today I had a few levels drawn up. Let me open up the 5-minute chart so we can see it. So this is the MES S&P 500 index futures, the 5-minute time frame, and in the pre-market video I did earlier, it was around about 9 a.m. Eastern time, about here, and I said I was watching for a bounce in this demand zone or a rejection up in this area here, and obviously I put map open as well. I'll go into that in a second. I'm just watching a trade. I'm potentially looking to go long, but I think I won't bother now. So I didn't trade on the open. I waited for the market to settle down, and I took a long trade when we got down to the bottom of this demand zone, because there was no entry coming into. We had a big topping candle as well. There's no entry there, and we had high volume coming in, and then we had all these topping tails, and sometimes that looks a bit, it probably wasn't a great decision to make, but I got in there, touched that area and pulled back, and I got out of here, so I was in a little bit of profit. So not bad first trade, and I was looking to go long again on the pullback, but because we had these topping tails, it looked pretty bearish, so I avoided it. But I did take a bottom trade, which I thought was a bottom trade there. I saw this bottom tail, slightly increased volume as well, but I was in it for a little bit and I stopped myself out when it got below there. So it kind of took away the profits from that trade. And then I took one more trade, and it was this bottom trade here, and it was the break of that candle. I also added there, and I added there. So it's 3 adds. So basically I added on the break of this. In fact, it was the break. It was that add there actually. So I wanted, because I was hoping it would come back up better than what it did. So that was my entry. That was my add, and that was my add. In fact, I got just triggered in on that tail, and it came back. My average price was around about here, which was around about 42.60, 42.63, I think it was, around that area. And it worked out well. In fact, I did take profit when we came into here for one of my positions, and that's when I added there. It came back down, and then I took profit when it touched the demand zone, which is now not really a demand supply zone now. I should really change that color. Supply hourly. So that's what it should really look like now, because we've broken through it. And then I was waiting around here. I took profit again when we came up into the 50 moving average, and then it looked like it was reversing, and so I just, when we broke through past that green candle, I got out of everything. I originally had my stop loss there, and obviously if I still kept my stop loss, it would have stopped me out anyway. So it was a good out. So I finished today green, good trading. Maybe that was a bit suspect. I don't know, it wasn't too bad, but it worked out in the end. So I was a little bit red today, and I was a bit red from that trade, but this trade made it back up, and the adds make a big difference as well. So that add here and that add here actually made this area more attractive. So instead of I was waiting to get up to this area, the VWAP, I only needed, for the same amount of profit, I was out just there on the 50, and we couldn't break out over that 50, so it didn't look like it was gonna. It held it a couple of times, and that yellow line as well as a daily level as well. You can see when we came through the daily level, it tried to come through several times before finally breaking down, and then we couldn't get past it again twice, and that's why I didn't like it, so I got out. So that's it. Nice, quick, easy trade. I'm potentially watching for a long at the moment, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to trade now. In fact, my football team, Arsenal, are playing in the Champions League in about 30 minutes, so I'm probably going to watch that. And I'm still a bit under the weather. I was in bed for almost over 12 hours yesterday, which is unusual. So I normally only sleep for about 5-6 hours, and I feel much better today, but still a bit groggy. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will be back here live tomorrow at 9 AM Eastern Time, or here in the UK at 2 PM, where we go through these levels and we see where we are. But you can see, even today, the levels we were looking at, like this area here, didn't really work out that well, but potentially this area is an area we could look out for. And before we go, I like to keep an eye on oil. So this is the CL or the MCL micro crude oil futures daily, and we've put in that trend line down there, and what I'm waiting for is for it to close. Do you know what, I did say I might go long if it comes into that area there, but I really wanted it to come into this area. That's the area I'm watching for. But green day on futures hasn't really moved much. It's an indecision candle, so maybe it's just a resting day, and that's about it. And lastly, let's look at NASDAQ, only because I've got a long swing trade on the Qs, and my out is if we break that pivot. I got in, where did I got in here. No, in fact my in was there as it broke through the high, so I'm a little bit in the red on it now, and maybe I won't wait for, if it comes down into this area, I'll probably get out if it comes into that area, 14,650. So we're getting close to an area. I'll stop out. And what's it look like in Qs? Yeah, so basically in the Qs, if we breach this inverse head and shoulders pattern, then I'll probably be looking to get out rather than getting it down to there. And maybe I'll look for a re-entry. It could be just putting in a double bottom, and we may see it push back up. But if I get out there, then I'll probably look to try and get back in around at 351, and that'd be a better price than what I got here, because that's my current entry at 357. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a good day, and hopefully your trading was good, and I will see you tomorrow in the live pre-market show. Thanks for watching.